Hey everyone, your girl is here. So coming to you guys today now. We are officially one day closer to Florida. I've only been up 5 minutes and I'm so excited and super happy. We are officially now, everything is below 60 days. So obviously it's 59 until I'm in Florida and 58 until I leave. And then yeah, my vacations start on the Friday before that. So the 3rd, I believe. So that's what, 59, 58, and then 53, right? Until it's my final shift. But I honestly might have my vacation start on um, April 1st, honestly. But I'm gonna have to see. But oh my god, guys, we're another day closer to Florida. Today we're gonna go ahead and get um my housing unit for my GoPro, and then yeah, we're another day closer. Oh my god, I'm so excited. And then also, I do also have to go snorkeling a little bit yet, and try to go down under. So that'll be fun to do. I'd also have to try to find, just kind of see as well, and I don't even know if you call that freshwater, you know, um, like a swimming pool. I could probably figure that out. That's what I have to figure out today. But kind of get an idea, you know, going down with weight in like a freshwater, and then obviously I'll know when I get to the ocean, right? If it'll be uh easier in salt water. So, anyhow, guys, I gotta get up here, but oh my god, I'm so excited. Another day closer to Florida. It's gonna be so rewarding this year. Because honestly, I think it's gonna be um, until probably March until the rivers break and all of that. And then also, I do have to obviously start that process. I do have to start that process again, and then after breakfast here, I'm also gonna have a Seahawks and Pats Super Bowl prediction. You guys remember last year? I was really, really close. I think I was only off by like, was it 4 or 5 for Kansas City? And I think I was like 1 or 2, maybe 3 for the Eagles. Do you guys remember that? Whenever I made my prediction. So, I don't remember if I ever made it on here though. I'm gonna have to really, really dig, honestly, and go back to my videos around this time last year. Um, but also, I do have to make it. And I'm gonna say that the Seahawks are gonna win just because it's time for them to get revenge because they were silly enough to not force him to hike the ball. And if he couldn't have just need it because he would have been a safety, right? You guys remember that? So, yes, you need to just wait and force for him to hike the ball, right? But no, that guy did that encroachment. And is that called encroachment? Yeah, whenever you go across the line. So obviously, guys, I have to make up, but I'm gonna make up my bet for the final score. I do honestly believe the Seahawks will win, though, just because, again, like I said, it's comeback. And like I said before, with the Eagles' first Super Bowl win was the Pats as well. Um, and I was actually talking to my coworkers because one of my coworkers is an Eagles fan. They had mentioned that when whenever they lost their um, wild card, and he had said, and I had asked him, well, who was the MVP? Did they even have that Foles then? Was it like Nick Foles or somebody? I can't remember who he said it was. But anyhow, guys, so obviously they put an ending to the Pats, right? And then, like my gram said before, it used to be Bills and somebody in championship game, or Steelers and Pats, like all the time, championship game. But then obviously tides have turned. So I do believe that a different bird, right, will officially beat the Eagle or the Patriots and put an ending there to the Patriots as well. Because like I said, the Eagles, if they didn't beat the Pats, the Pats would have the most Super Bowl wins. So that's wild. And obviously, again tonight, if the Seahawks don't beat them, then the Pats now have the most too. So I definitely, again, am thinking the Seahawks are gonna win. But I'll come up with a final score here in just a little bit. I gotta get up a little bit and have my breakfast and everything. So, anyhow, guys, another day closer to Florida.
Hey everyone, your girl is here. So as everyone can see, I officially got my car started, and then obviously I cleared a path for my grandma and I. Obviously, again, I've been okay with it coming in and out of work, but obviously my gram, she, obviously can't do that. So I cleared us a path. We're gonna go take over my car and get it ready and fixed, and then we're gonna do the drop off. I wanted to come on and share quickly that I did also take 2 days off of work as well, so I can get those swimming practice days. So one is towards the end of the month here, and then another one is the first week in March. So I'm very happy, guys, and excited with everything officially being under 60 days today, guys. So I'm very happy and excited, and I definitely need to get that practice on. So anyhow, guys, I officially, again, did all my snow. So now I wanted to come on and share what I believe my final score will be. I believe that the Seahawks will win 30-29. It'll be very close. So I do honestly believe that they will get some kind of defensive points. So they call it pot, right? Which obviously, again, probably isn't the best word, but points off turnovers, right? So I believe that they'll get a field goal. I do believe that the momentum shift will kind of go to the Seahawks at that point, but they won't quite have enough, I feel like they might be behind a little bit, because you can see, based upon the Pats, I do believe there's going to be 1 or 2 times where they're just outside of field goal range, or they miss a field goal. So I do believe that, because, well, no, I think this stadium is indoors, so there could be wind, right? Levi Stadium, yeah, I think it's an open stadium. Anyhow, guys, so yes, I do believe that they'll win. You guys can see what I believe. I do believe there'll be at least 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals, and then I feel like at the end they'll have to go for 2, kind of like last time, but they'll miss. So that's why there's 6, because that 6 is from a touchdown. I did every single point in 7, so that's touchdown and point after, or just the field goal. So I did all of the scoring drives in that order, so you guys can tell. But I do believe that the Pats will score more times, but it will be via field goals, and then the field goal that the Seahawks get from the turnover will counteract that 1 field goal, so it'll go down to 0. Right? You guys already know that with math. So I do believe that the Seahawks will win by 1 point, 30-29. So that'll be my final choice for today. And then we'll see how well I do. Because I could have sworn that I showed that last. I'm actually going to dig for it today, and I will post it here. And then also, before I leave, I have to get out my computer, and I have to do a socially incorrect thing as well. So I'll talk to you guys really, really soon. But I'm very happy and excited, guys. Another day closer. Another hour closer. 2 hours closer since I've woken up. It's only like 9:10. So exciting. Alright, guys. Give me a couple minutes here. And then only a second for your time. Alright, guys. Here we go. This is Sunday's sermon. And
Did God get created? Okay. Who made God? Now, If you're going to say the universe had a beginning, then God must have had a beginning. That's a good question. Here's the problem. Nobody created God because God is uncreated.
So anyhow, guys, this obviously is the first part. Now let's get into the second part. Well, no, actually, I can finish this here. So this is, again, a Sunday sermon and a Saturday session combined in one day. So, because obviously I didn't have a Saturday session yesterday. So, speaking of this, and again, it's how you go about it, right? So, is it socially incorrect, right, to go up to the mic and say, well, you know, why don't people say, you know, you have temporary worth and then you're worthless, right? Like, why do people say my loved one passed, right? Why don't I say, well, my grandfather became worthless on my page? Because he didn't, right? Because, again, I have obviously very strong beliefs, and I know, again, for what I saw, and I can, again, prove it with my, you know, heart rate then the following day and all of that stuff, right? But you guys get the point, right? So it's like, okay, so is it socially incorrect to say that? No. Because, again, that's what the purpose of it's. Is it very against the norm to say, well, I mean, nobody has ever been able to tell me how something that just goes black and ceases to exist has any worth and value, right? So why do cemeteries exist then, right? Like, why do we feel the need to say, you know, memorialize and do a celebration of life, right? So again, it's socially incorrect to present it like that, but is it morally incorrect? Not really, because again, that's the purpose of this kind of debate. Now, if you go about it the other way, right, and you're trying to prove your point another way, and you say, hey, did anybody ever tell you that you're worthless, right? Everybody's worthless. Then yes, that is definitely morally incorrect and going about it the wrong way. So there I just shared both examples of morally incorrect and socially incorrect at the same time, right? So yes, again, it's how you go about it, right? Like I said before with the Charlie Kirk, right? People liked Billy Graham because at not a single one of Billy Graham's sermons did you hear people cracking up in the background, screaming out. Never once did Billy Graham have to say, okay, guys, let me talk here, right? Like they did at Charlie Kirk. Oh, Charlie Kirk just ripped this atheist a new ass, right? No, okay, that didn't happen at Billy Graham's, but it did obviously at Charlie Kirk's. So, again, it's how you go about it and how you present it. A lot of times, prove me wrong straight from the get-go. Again, that's not, you know, God. And you can't see, I definitely don't see any God in that. So now, I wanted to come on and do another cool thing, you know. This one's really, just real quick, just the first verse of this song. This one's a good song. I really like it. I actually saw them perform one time.
We met half a dozen times. I know your name, I know you don't know mine. But I won't hold that against you. You come here every Friday night. I take your order and try to be polite. Hide what I've been going through if you looked me right in the eye. Would you see the pain deep inside? Would you take the time? Tell me what
Okay, that's just the first chorus. I gotta skip that. Hold on. Here we go. You guys can listen to it if you want.
these years you've listened to my words. You think I know all the answers, but I've got doubts and questions too.
So obviously, again, you can find specific people that might not want to go about it that way, because again, maybe they feel very strongly, or maybe they've actually never been asked a question, and if they do, they don't put it on their page, right? So that's also that person that cross-examined, that's also his right to not put something on his page, which again is being a facade, and if he's okay with not possibly gaining as many followers as he wants because of that, that's also his choice, right? Just how I accepted that sometimes whenever I gain a whole bunch of followers and then I lose, sometimes it might be people who are more carried about my body. And obviously, again, I'm okay with that then at that point, because I wouldn't really want, obviously, yes, they are a part of my following, but I don't want the majority, like 70% of my followers, to just be, and again, you guys aren't, and I shared that multiple times with other videos where even stuff where I'm not, doing try-ons and stuff, I'm very, very high in retention, So, for example, you have another person who, once you hear this, maybe then you'll decide to ask him a question, and it can give you more of a sense of clarity, So, yeah, I did also want to share that, because some people make it seem like they do know all the answers, and they don't, or they might say it another way, which, again, that's okay. They can say it however they want to say it. Some people might not outright say, like, for example, for me, I've even said a couple times, okay, well, that's the purpose of death, right? If we knew everything, there wouldn't need to be a reason to die. And I actually did see a YouTube short on that at some point, people would be very bothered, right? Humanity would just be very bothered by the fact that nobody ever died, right? So, again, certain things, would be revealed and then for after death, because that's why it's not the opposite of life, it's a part of life. And then also, for those people, again, who don't know that, maybe you could go off and could join us together, right? Like I said with science, right? So science says, well, it's the best possible explanation, right? So maybe if you asked him a question, the lead singer for Sidewalk Prophets, maybe he might also say something that is pretty much the same as, well, I mean, it's the best possible explanation. I mean, we can't really come up with a reason, but humans didn't just come from nothing, right? So, yeah, and we all are very unique, right? And the odds of us being born again, I already shared that 1 in 400 trillion. So, yeah, so maybe it's something like that, where you can join the two together. But again, it's all in how you go about it, and I already shared that. So, yeah, it's definitely a good Saturday session, Sunday sermon combo. That's what I'll call this. And so excited as well, because obviously, again, very, very, very close, guys, to 4. I'm looking at my photo. Look at it, guys. Oh my god! Oh my god, guys, I'm so excited! Oh my god. Alright, guys. Anyhow, I wanted to come on and share that. I gotta get just a little bit more exercise here, since I do have some driving, obviously, today, so want to try to meet my goal. Did I miss my goal yesterday because of all the driving that I had? And, I did sleep in an extra 30 minutes. Well, again, you guys will know very soon. No, not again, very soon. Probably around June. I might give a little mini updates. Alright, guys. Talk to you guys later. From Brazil. It's a long distance to watch, Momo. That's crazy, Momo. Brazil. I wonder if they just said that, or if they're actually in Brazil. They're in Florida, Momo, huh? How longer does he have his place down there?
To the end of February.
They've been there all month, right?
2 months.
2 months. Did you read the yeah. Alright guys, so obviously you guys can see now, I just briefly looked again, this is an absolute knowing, until I, know, but obviously if the schedules stay the same, and obviously they should, it should be about 20 more shifts at one job, and then, 12 at another. So obviously my oven just beeped, so I'm gonna go put in my actually no, I'll just order this first because it is a 2-week double pay this month or this week. Geez, this week it's a double, and then I also get another double right before my car payment and car insurance is due. And even with the money that I'm gonna have to drop on Tuesday, it's again just 2 more days until I get both paychecks, and I have enough in left over above the 300 that approximately that he wants. So GoPro housing unit, we'll go ahead and buy this. And then also I was thinking, you know, I can find ways to, you know, attach it, you know, places, and then I can even use it certain places here in Pennsylvania. And this Super Lush Life, I'm not going to make a mistake. I'm going to pretty much carry it around with me all the time, guys, because you guys remember when I walked the whole trail, there was this little, like, rock thing, and it went down in. I want to go ahead and do that. And then also I think this would be rather funny, but it would be obviously harder to get, like, a full film. But also it's kind of cool, too, to see as well. But stick it down like a groundhog roll or something. You know? Like, that'll be wild. But anyhow, I will officially... Oh my god, guys. $54. And I'll probably just order it from GoPro itself. So, yeah, I'll show you guys here. So, yep, $54. Oh, and look, guys, $27.49 for a subscriber. Oh my god. No way. That is what I am. So maybe I'll just reactivate my subscription. And just, like, where do you put in your, you probably have to sign in. Is there a sign in? Yeah, it says account. Let's see what the account was. Email and log. Yeah, guys, I'm going to reactivate my account, but let me do that here after lunch. Let me go put in my, you know, my pizza. It only takes 5 minutes then again to rewarm. And then I'll reactivate my account. And then, oh my god, guys, no way. Only $27. Amazing. Alright, guys, give me a minute. Hey everyone, your girl is here. So it's now 12:16. Obviously, I have to wait 5 minutes for my pizza to get done. So I wanted to come on, or get cooled down. I wanted to come on and share that also I did set myself up for a Super Lush Life this year, guys. So excited for it, guys. Oh my god. If you guys can't tell, then I am super excited for my Super Lush Life. I don't know what to tell you guys because I am wound beyond words about this Super Lush Life that I'm gonna have. So anyhow, you guys can also see that I'll actually show just that little piece of the bank record, the actual charge. Again, I don't really care, right? Same with, you know, oh my god, you know that I have a car payment? Yeah, right, you're just like, what, how many million of other Americans who can't buy a car outright their entire life, right? Like, at some point in life, you're gonna have a car payment. I mean, it's pretty hard to buy a car outright every single time that you buy a car. Right? I mean, even if it's at least $3,000, it's still a $3,000 loan, right? It's like, oh my gosh, congratulations, right? Anyhow, I've been through that before. So, also, I did, because it was like $19.99 a month, but you could get it for $33 a year. So I'm basically not paying for 7 months at that $19.99, which is amazing. And then also I did a yearly subscription on my Google One, which is, oh my god, no way. So I'm very happy and excited. So with all of that being said, I'm actually gonna, I don't know how to pull it up. No, take a picture on my other phone and then email it to myself. Take a picture of this phone here. So let me go ahead and get that, and then I'll be back on with you guys. Would have definitely have resumed that subscription, and then we can get it together. Oh my god. Hey everyone, your girl is here. So as you guys can officially see, I officially got it. And now the subscriber one is highlighted. So we'll do quantity of 1. add it to my cart. And then look, guys, no way. Subscriber prize. Heck yeah, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and check out. And then, well, actually, you know, while I'm on here, actually, oh, geez, guys. Shipping is $13? Holy cow. You know what? Actually, I can just wait, honestly. I'll figure it out. I'll look after I'm done with my purchase here now. But holy cow, guys. I am so excited with that. So anyhow, I'll probably end it for today. It is 12:30. So I still have a whole nother hour before I have to leave. So I can probably maybe watch another episode of my show, honestly. Maybe look at some prices maybe for my other anchors. And yeah, that'll pretty much be what I'll do before work. And then tonight we'll have my Super Bowl films. But Super Bowl films will start, obviously, to tomorrow's film. So obviously, regardless, you guys will know because I've already shown and proved that it was beforehand. So if I'm very, very close this time, then, you know, hey, who knows, right? I mean, I don't think anybody would throw that out there, but it's like, hey, maybe you have secret correspondence with the NFL because it is rigged. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna just magically fumble the ball and it's gonna fall right to you. It then won't necessarily bounce right to the other person. You know what I'm saying? So yes, again, there's an extent to it can be rigged, you know? So yeah, it can be rigged, but not at 100% for sure. It's like, oh yeah, I'll just, you know, just accidentally. Okay. Anyhow, guys, I'm gonna go ahead here. I'll get going, and then, yeah, we'll have Super Bowl recap tomorrow to start my tomorrow's video. So very happy and exciting, guys. Alright, talk to you guys later. Hey everyone, your girl is here. So here I officially now also am checking out these prices before I head on out. I definitely like the squirrely arms that I had to put bendable arm. I don't know why I call them smushy. They're not smushy. They're bendable. Yeah, so like this. And then I can obviously, you know, loop those and like wrap them around a tree, right, if I have to. That'll be really, really cool. And also, it'd also be kind of cool, like, to find, like, I don't know, like, a squirrel's, like those holes that you see in, like, trees, you know? I don't know if it's the squirrels that do that, you know what I'm saying? But, like, actually, like, you know, put the GoPro, like, get on in level with that, and then put the GoPro down in, and just kind of see. You know, like, we're gonna do a lot of really fun stuff this year, guys, and I'm so excited. Super lush life. Alright, guys, so just wanted to show you a brief, you know, synopsis. It looks like it'll be about $20, $30, $40 between shipping and all of that, but yeah. So anyhow, guys, talk to you guys tomorrow.